What it do, homies? It's been a minute since I've done a Bo Burnham reaction. This time we're checking out Obo. Let's go ahead, shut up and turn it up.
I feel like hip-hop used to be a voice for the voiceless, you know? And now it's become, at least in the mainstream, a symbol of misogyny, gay panic, fiscal irresponsibility. So I figure, if you can't beat them, join them.
Ain't no way. Hold on. First off, how you gonna open up the song like that? Some very, very deep thought. You know what I'm saying? Not deep thought, but bro, this came out 12 years ago. And a crazy question about it is what's changed. Also, him, the guy walking in front of his camera. What are you doing? I'm filming here. All right.
If you can't beat them, join them. Hitting the club up VIP, I got a fake mustache and a fake ID. I look like Wooly Willy with a really woolly willy. And I bypass the bouncer, passed by an ex and a flexing bouncer. Wowzer, look at all of Bo's hoes, looking for a ride on Bo's hoes. And I spot a little Latino, booty so big, call it Oprah's ego. We go do it through it, she says Dios mia, mi amigo. Pull it out, stick it in your mouth and I bust in the back of ya. Swallow, bitch, there's people starving in Africa. Single every single day, do it every single way. Make the single lady say, oh, Bo. And if I were gay, though I swear I'm straight, I'd make the fellas say, you're an ice cream.
So you know what's funny about this is that he's pretty much attacking it head on, right? Now, the interesting about, he said at least in mainstream, he said misogyny, he said gay panic, fiscal responsibility. The biggest difference that happens in mainstream is that they pretty much shrouded in smoke and mirrors, right? To make it kind of seem like it's cool to be rapping about this type of stuff, you know, by throwing all kinds of, you know, flashy stuff at you and everything. And of course, this kind of has it, flashy stuff. Obviously, if you got the women in here that are like half naked, probably gonna be some booty shaking down the road, you know, if this is gonna be a true kind of hip hop video or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But he obviously poking fun at it, right? This is kind of like a comedy, a satirical comedy, right? Aimed at, oh, I didn't mean to kind of freeze right there. That's not even better, but aimed at trying to shame like a certain community into improvement, right? That's what the TV show The Boondocks did. That's why it was so great. It's because we're sitting here, we're laughing at it, but it's a painful realization that this is the actuality of the world that we live in. You know what I mean? And that's just what makes Bo just such a comedian. I keep going back to this. That's just what makes Bo. That would make Bo such a comedic genius. You know what I mean? Look in the back.
I swear I'm straight. I'd make the fellas say, you're an ice cream sundae with a cherry on top, but careful cherry, cause I'm the king of pop, 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 pop goes my weasel. Now you look like Jackson Pollock's easel.
Actually, that was kind of a bar. Cherry pop, Jackson's easel. Jackson Pollock had splatter paintings and everything. That was a bar. Okay, I give him that one.
Pop, 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 pop goes my weasel. Now you look like Jackson Pollock's easel. My suggestion is you don't blow till you know what congestion is. Swallow when you know what digestion is. Follow Bo. The only question is, have you been splattered before by the
digestion, congestion? Yo, he's spitting though. He's actually spitting. The funny thing, what's so jarring about this is kind of the beat, because it's got this whimsical kind of feel and everything. So you're just like, bro, what's actually going on? And you listen, and you start paying attention. You're like, wait a minute, he actually doing something here. Comedic genius.
You know what digestion is. Follow Bo. The only question is, have you been splattered before by the Mad Hatter Matador? Cake batter, nevermore. It don't matter whether you're Spanish, French, Swedish, or Cambodian. I'll slime you so whether you're Spanish, French, Swedish, or Cambodian.
Okay, I got confused. Okay.
And I'll slime you so hard you could be on Nickelodeon. Single every single day, do it every single way. Make the single lady say, oh, Bo.
I like Pauline's.
If I were gay, though I swear I'm straight, I'd make the fellas say, oh, Bo, oh, Bo, oh, Bo, Bo, oh, Bo, oh, Bo.
You better sing it, okay?
handle me, girl, don't make me laugh. I say my junk is bipolar, it'll split you in half, yeah. And if you're lucky, I might just bring you home, and I'll have you going down like you're growing an extra chromosome. And when you grab me,
yo, low key, unironically, this slap. I mean, bro, I mean, you can't hate. You actually listen to it, you can't hate bad. Going down like you got an extra chromosome. That's tough.
have you going down like you're growing an extra chromosome. And when you grab me, don't grab me by my buns, cause I got a bad case of the runs. I got the runs. I got the runs. Single.
Bro, you got the runs, right? While also doing vocal runs. Get this man out of here, bro.
Every single day.
Come on
do
now.
it every single way. Make the single lady say, oh, oh. And if I were gay, though I swear I'm straight, I'd make the fellas say, oh, oh. I want to break it down for y'all. I came from the streets
Keep
with
doing it.
nothing. Now I'm making hit records. For my people still living in the streets, still living in poverty, I want to tell you, I'm doing this for you. My success is your success. And I know you may be thinking, hey, if you really believe that, why don't you use some of your money to help rebuild the neighborhood instead of putting spinning rims on a gold jet ski? And to that I say, chorus is coming up. Single.
So, you know, the interesting thing is I don't necessarily put all of the blame on the actual artist, because, you know, when we talk about mainstream, you know, unless you're like hugely independent, like independent hip hop artists like Tech Nine, you know, who else is kind of independent? Because Tech Nine, yeah, he owns his own label, like he's just fully independent. But like rappers like Tech Nine, for the most part, you pretty much do what the label says because they're doing everything on their dime, you know, on their dime, right? And the truth of the matter is that the music industry don't necessarily care for what you want. And I can't say this like for a fact because I'm not in the music industry. It's just I have seen independent artists go into the music industry or in a label, and then slowly throughout time has passed, you know, their style starts changing, right? And then now they have to chase trends, which of course, you know, when you're chasing trends, you know, you want to do something because, you know, the listeners who you listen to, right? They're the ones who's going to give you the money and everything. But we've also seen artists that have stayed true to themselves. So it's not like it's not possible. It's just probably a very, very difficult maze. But that's the reason why I want to say that, because he said, why don't you go to your neighborhood and help rebuild and stuff like that? It's because most likely that music artist probably in debt from all the producing that because you got to pay producers, you got to pay your agents and everything, distribution fees, all that type of stuff. And the money they probably do have, they want to keep their status looking up and everything. That's the way I kind of look at it. But with him saying that, I was thinking of this artist called Fetty Wap. You guys probably remember who he is. Baby, won't you come my? I was looking at a video the other day, and they was talking about his downfall. And one of his, well, according to that video I watched, they said one of his downfalls was that Fetty Wap, you know, he was giving back to his community, but the issue was that he had people that was kind of leeching. I believe he was leeching off of him, and then like one of his buddies and everything was kind of leeching off of him and stuff like that. And because he kept wanting to help the community, he didn't want to go back. He didn't want to turn his back on him and everything. And that and along with other factors ended up destroying him and everything. So what he's saying right here, I kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, because sometimes it's not that simple as you getting all your money and then you go and help and build your community. It's a great thing to do. I think that all musicians have that do want to do that, but I always think there's always some red tape. There's always something that gets in the way that kind of prevents you from being able to do that. You know what I mean? Not unless you're like strictly independent and you calling your own shots. If you got a boss man above you, you got to run that up through him. And sometimes the answer is no. Which is my 2 cents.
Chorus is coming up. Single every single day, do it every single way. Make the single lady say, oh, boy. And if I were gay, though I swear I'm straight, I'd make the fella say, you got
do you do that?
Perfume like a tuna, I'll smell you later. I met a fat chick and I fucked her in an elevator. It was wrong on so many levels. It was wrong on so many levels. It was wrong on so many levels. It was wrong on. It was wrong on. It was wrong on. Single every single.
Bro, you know what that was? That was kind of like a dad joke, right? That's kind of like a dad joke that a father tells over and over again till you get it, and he just starts chuckling at him. And you just look at him like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna. I don't even know why I came over here. I'm gonna go home now. You ever heard a joke so bad you just had to stop what you was doing because of just the level of absurdity of it? Kind of like the joke like this. I'm gonna tell a very, very bad dad joke, okay? A tiger would never play golf. No, I already messed it up. A lion would never play golf, but a tiger would, right? Just like one of those jokes where you're just like, okay, I can get away with that because I'm a dad.
Do it every single pop that single like a Pringle jingle. Oh, the songs almost completed. All this little ditty needed instrument that's double reeded. The oboe. Yeah.
It's a
Oboe,
clarinet.
play that oboe.
Oh, oboe. Okay. I couldn't tell. Oboe, play that oboe. You better get it straight. Shame. Okay. Well, it's been nice revisiting Bo Burnham. You guys let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comments. Dave's out.